Stop.
Mr. Speaker, sir, while considering the various aspects of the welfare programs, it is essential to find out the ways and means to implement all those welfare programs that could lead us towards the establishment of a welfare society. For the past many years, representatives of people, especially those belonging to the backward classes, minority section, scheduled caste and scheduled tribes have been repeatedly demanding the setting up of a separate ministry under an independent minister to look after welfare matters. The previous government had set up the separate welfare ministry during the last year and thus fulfilled a long-standing demand. Earlier, this department was attached to the Home Ministry or to the Education Ministry in the name of Department of Social Welfare. Hence, it was not possible to pay due attention on it. Therefore, the then Prime Minister focused over this matter seriously and took a historic decision on it, and thus the Ministry of Welfare was created and this ministry started working independently. Several departments attached to the Home Ministry, including the Department of Weaker Section, Welfare and other departments looking after the welfare of minorities, disabled people, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe people of the society, were detached from the Home Ministry and put under the Ministry of Welfare. Apart from this, steps were also taken for the fulfillment of several commitments made by the government as also of those tasks which the government was supposed to do under the direct principles incorporated in our constitution and which were totally neglected. Although our constitution calls upon the government to take steps so as to make the weaker sections and the disabled self-reliant so that they do not become a burden on the society, it is regrettable that we have not been able to formulate any national policy in this regard. A national policy for children was announced, but appropriate steps were not taken in the right direction for the implementation of that policy. The work was taken up, but much remains to be done in this direction because our country has not been able to progress as much as it should have. For this purpose, it is necessary to have adequate resources. Today, the situation is that due to non-availability of resources, we are not able to allocate much money as we would have liked for our programs. The previous government had appointed a committee for the welfare of the handicapped people, and it was entrusted with the job of suggesting a national policy for the handicapped, keeping in mind the factors such as the facilities could be provided to them, ways and means with equipment and assistance, education and training in the cities, so that instead of being a burden of the society, the committee has to submit its recommendations on these issues. I would like the present government to take steps to implement the recommendations made by this committee and also keep in mind those recommendations while formulating the bill relating to the handicapped, because so far we have been able to formulate the requisite national policy for the handicapped. Many experts have expressed their view after much discussion and deliberations. The government should take steps to implement those recommendations. I believe that this House will unanimously agree that there should definitely be a national policy regarding handicapped so that they need not depend on others. There are many countries in the world where many special laws have been formulated for the welfare of handicapped. We too can formulate a national policy for the handicapped on the lines of those formulated by other governments. Letter from Area Manager, Amazon India, Vijayawada to Messrs. Geeta Agencies, Guntur. Dear Sirs, we thank you for your order number 123 dated 4th August 2022 for the supply of tool kits of various sizes, but we regret very much to advise you of our inability to execute the order within a week time as requested by you. We would like to inform you that in recent months there has been a great rush of the orders for our goods, and in spite of our best efforts, we have not been able to cope up with the demand successfully. As a matter of fact, our factory is fully booked with riders already on hand, and we think that it will take at least another 10 days to reach your destination. However, we would like to point out that we are making efforts to speed up delivery of goods. All our orders are being handled in district rotation. We regret very much the inconvenience caused to you by this delay, and we hope and trust that it will be convinced that for you to allow us this extension of time in the special circumstances that we have explained above. We have great pleasure in informing you that we have already booked your order provisionally, but we would be grateful if you confirm your order on the revised condition. We assure you of our best attention at all times. Thanking you, yours faithfully.